what we'll do, I think, is we'll do a F.O.F.B.O.C that leads into a listening practice. And obviously listening skills are something that are crucial really for all our students sitting in the classroom. We ask them so often to stop and listen, and I wonder how often they have actually practiced listening. So this is quite a nice one for that. So because we're doing a practice, just making yourself comfortable in whichever position that you're in. And what we're trying to do when we do mindfulness, remember, is bring that attitude of curiosity, of openness. For those of you that have practiced before, as if this is your first time doing it, so that you really have that beginner's mind of curiosity. And I encourage you all to take part in this. It'll take maybe about 5-6 minutes to do, and then we'll have a bit of feedback afterwards. If you prefer to stand, you can stand, but we are doing a seated practice. So I will refer to things like feet on the floor and our bottom on the chair. So if you're happy to, then I encourage you to close your eyes or lower your gaze. You haven't got your screens on, so no one's going to know whether you got your eyes open or closed. But one of the reasons we close our eyes is to reduce the stimuli to the body. So we're really able to focus our attention inside the body. So imagine now shifting your attention to what's happening inside. Perhaps notice your feet on the floor. Notice the pressure between the bottom of your feet and the floor. If you're struggling to put your attention into your feet, maybe give your toes a wiggle. Just notice the sensations of wiggling toes, rubbing against socks or pressure on the floor and the bottom of the toe pads. Just noticing your feet on the floor. It can be a really strong grounding place to bring your attention to away from the mind. So the sensations of feet on the floor. And next, moving your attention up the legs, up towards your thighs and your bottom on a chair or the sofa or your work chair, whatever you're sitting on right now, just noticing the sensations of the pressure points between your sitting bones and the chair. Be curious about what that feels like. Is there an even distribution of sensation? Or can you feel it more on one side than the other? Maybe you can notice the clothing, the feel of the clothing underneath your bottom as it sits on the chair. So our feet are on the floor and our bottom is on the chair, and our attention is grounded into the lower part of the body. And as you sit here, I'd like you to just notice what sounds are around you. Notice the textures of the sounds. Are they repetitive? What's their pitch like? Are they high and low, up and down, melodic? Or simply a whir or a hum in the background? Just a few moments to notice the sounds that are arriving at your ears. And if at any point you notice that your mind has wandered, it's been drawn to thinking rather than noticing the sounds, then that's okay, because that's what minds do. They explore different areas and they go off on their own journey. But perhaps bring your mind back and bring the attention back to the sounds. And do this again and again every time your mind wanders, with kindness. Bring it back. Notice the sounds. Let's see whether we can zoom our attention into the sounds that are taking place outside of the room you're in. See if you can just keep the attention on the sounds outside the room. And now shifting your attention to the sounds inside the room. And letting the ones outside fade away and bringing that sort of focus of your attention to the inside of the room and the sounds that are present. Noticing if your mind has wandered or started thinking, and just bring it back kindly to the sounds that are present in the room. And now leaving behind the sounds in the room, letting and see whether you can bring your attention into your body. And notice if there's any sounds there. And if you can't sense any sound, that's fine too. But just keep your attention on the inside of your body. Maybe noticing any buzzing or fizzing or any pulsing sounds that might be present. Or a tummy gurgling ready for a snack. Just noticing with curiosity, an open attitude to whatever's here right now. Whatever your experience is your experience. And now zooming that attention right out again to encompass all the sounds, from the body into the room to outside the room, and holding all of those sounds in your awareness. And when you're ready, if you've had your eyes closed, feel free to open your eyes or let some light in. Give your body a bit of a shift around or a stretch if you think you need it, if you've been still.